Hey, hello everybody. This is Spath. I'm sitting at a four-person sit and go, $10, and I'm going to fold right here on this first hand. This is interesting. I used to have a game called Triple Play on one of the sites that I used to work on, and it signified or let you simulate the final three at a table so you can have your end game. But the way this is done is a final four, but they don't give you the chips or um, the blind levels that you need. So this really doesn't enter in at the final table type thing because we're going to have to go through several levels to get up to where you have to really make some plays. But let's see what happens here. And of course, you want to get into the money for sure. It's $10 to play. Well, people are throwing around money pretty good here early. I think I've played this GWA before, and I think I've played Manchoyer in some heads-up games. So it'll be interesting to see what or how they play here. Again, ace 6 is like ace 10. And a 3/4 bet it. And just take it down. So what I'm going to try, and what my strategy early, although it's late in the event, is to try to preserve some of my chips to some later rounds and see if I can flop cheaply into something early and double up and let some other people bust their own heads. Here I'm closing the betting for 30. I'm getting only 4-1. I'm out of position. But against these people, if I could flop something really good here for 30 bucks, which won't kill me, I might be able to take somebody. See, if I would have had 8 jack or 8-7 here, I'd be sitting pretty. So that's easy fold. Again, $30 of my 1,200 is insignificant, less than 5%. So I can do that and it won't affect my standings anywhere. And I was just taking a chance that I could flop into something huge or hit 2 9s or hit 2 10s or hit a 9-10 and stack somebody. Because I was closing the betting and because it was so little, then I want to entertain those type bets. Here, it's little, I'm out of position, but they're crappy cards, so it's an easy fold. That's kind of the flop I wanted last time. But this one here is very wet. This is connected cards in the playing zone. This won't get people out because somebody already had the jack stayed and somebody had the king stayed. So this is very, very dangerous here. He could have raised, of course, with the ace king. Now that makes the full house come into play. He only bet half. He got the full house. He wanted to get paid off. That was a great turn card and river card. It's an easy fold. Again, we're not worried about it this first level, $10, $20. We're waiting for it to go up a couple of levels before it really impacts people. Don't be in a rush. Don't look at my cards right now and say, oh, if you'd have played this, you had 3 7s. There's no way you'd want to play 7-4, even on the button. It's not a good hand. If somebody tells you you should have played it, then you need to listen to them as a coach because they will take your money. See if he goes 80 or half. No, he goes the full. He wants the guy out. Interpret the bets to mean certain things. Why would a person bet that much? Why would a person do this? Why would a person do that? And it'll give you an idea of what they might have. He's at 645. He just calls. I have nothing. 5 would help. I have 4 5s in the deck times 2. It gives me an 8% chance of catching a 5 on the end. Diamond could come off, a heart could come off, which is a 5. So that means that 2 of those outs could give somebody a flush. So why would I want to put money into that pot? Raise this guy up, just take a little bit of it. He might not even be here. Didn't even notice that. I'm gonna wait 5 seconds, then I'm gonna fold. See how fast this guy folds now. No, he's there. He is there. Okay. Houston, Lorraine, Madrid. Good bet. 3/4. Definitely gonna raise it up. We got to realize though here, somebody playing ace-9 is going to play a wider range of hands at four-handed. So I'm up against an ace. I'm really an underdog. He definitely could have a queen. I have to find out. He doesn't. You got to bet there. You just can't check it. The other person's just going to bet into you, and then you're not going to know where you're at. You don't have to bet a ton. Don't like my position. The cards are okay. They're not great cards. If he puts 75 in, then it costs me 45 for whatever the pot is, and then you can see what my pot odds are. If he folds, it's an easy fold. Well, he called, so it's 180. So it's 45 for 180. So I'm getting almost 5 to 1, 4.5 to 1. I'm going to call for 45 because it can't really hurt me, hoping that I could have flopped 2 jacks and a 7 or 2 9s and a 7, but I didn't catch anything. But you have to have a plan. What are you looking for if you're going to play that much money? You're not looking for just a jack because somebody could have a better kicker than you. This is a bet to try to get them to believe that I got the king. The goal of chips. I put the 99 cents at the goal of chips. Looks like I make a big bet, but I didn't make a big bet. Uh-oh, he's got the king for sure. Okay. That didn't work, did it? But if you don't try it, you won't know. Just hoping that he had jacks or queens and just was afraid of that king. That's all I was hoping. Again, here it's a raise, an easy fold. Easy fold. See, it's $30 here. You take the $30. This person's got $6.75. So if you put, 20 odd big blinds to him, when this blind goes up to the next level and divide that big blind number into that, you'll see that his big blinds is going to drop dramatically. I think we go to 20. I'm not sure on the side. It's 2040 or it's 2550. I'm not sure. But if it was 40, then 40 into it goes, 15 times or something like that. So it drops. Poof, poof, poof. Whereas this guy here is going to be in great shape. He's done what he had to do. He's almost doubled up. The man Choya. I'm Al Spath, by the way. You can find me on YouTube. My video presentations, I've got dozens and dozens of videos, 10 cent, 25 cent, all the levels, heads up play, single table tournaments like this with 4 players, 6 players, 10 players. Go see a flop here. Don't mind that with 10-8. Not a good flop. And I'm happy to say that the followers over at Twitch, following me at TeachGPL, and now at Ace High Radio. Please follow at Ace High Radio. You'll be able to view me doing some presentations and streaming live on Ace High Radio. Got a special series going on right now from Zero to Hero with Lil Skippy, a person that had been struggling somewhat in the tournament games, and I'm going to be working with him and trying to get his game on track, and he's already shown some progress in the first week. I'm not going to let these guys limp here with having such a big hand, three-handed. I'm going to definitely pop this. I had a redraw for an ace or a queen there. I'm not a fan of this ace-3 in this position. against, if this was later in the tournament, I'd be raising with it, but right here, no way. I think it's just a waste of money. Got a lot of calling stations at this table, so you better have a little bit of something. I would have had a 3 with the great kicker. Watch the raise. None of my videos on any of my playlists, anything is edited. You hear my voice, you hear my thoughts, you hear my reactions. I have just the amount of time you would have at the table, and that's why I talk so fast and I have to get everything in, is to convince you that it can be done. He checks, I bet. He bets, I probably fold, unless he bets $30. It's just that simple, you know what I mean? He bets, he checks, I bet. He bets, I might fold. This is a fold. Min bet. This guy would probably call on most occasions. If he got really crap, he'll let it go. But most time he should be calling. I know a lot of coaches, a lot of players out there that if this person would have folded here, would attack with this 5. Not yet, not yet. And I don't have the chips to waste right now either. So I'm kind of letting other people do my dirty work. Like right here, I'd like to see these. I don't care who gets all the chips. I'd like to see somebody impacted by this hand. He's thinking either going all in or folding. I don't think he's thinking about calling. There you go. You're making me look so smart, Brio. You're way behind, Brio. You need a 10. You still need a 10. You still need a 10. Sorry. That's 1 down and 2 to go. But now we playing 3-handed. Here comes another raise. Oh, good. Let's see a flop with a 3-4. That's not the flop that I would like to imagine would come off. No, I don't want a 5. No, I don't want a 5. It can come off, but I wouldn't bet the 5. Oh, clairvoyant. I'm gonna think for a second here. Oh yeah, check. If he bets, I fold my flop. I fold my hand. I mean, why would I bet the small end of that? And then there's a flush possibility out there as well. Easy fold. That's a fold, folks. Sorry, it's boring poker sometimes, but that's what you have to do. Patience, discipline, skill, and experience. Those are the 4 things that make a good poker player. Notice I said patience and discipline before I said anything else. You can learn the skill and get the experience, but if you don't have patience and discipline, you're not going to attain your goals. You're not going to attain the skills. You're not going to get any experience. It's going to be bad experience. Be nightmarish. Again, I'm not in a position, even though it's ace-8, he might even have a weaker hand. I'm not ready to defend yet. Let this guy get down. I would hit nothing anyhow. I would have been out of position. I just don't need to defend with an ace-8 at this point. Let him use his stack. I'll worry about him later on, even if he gets all his stack. I just want to get heads up with one person. That's all I'm looking for. I don't know what he's doing there, but I'm going to let him go. I'm waiting for a better hand to. If I had ace-10 there, I'd definitely go in with him there, but not the ace-4. As tight as I'm playing, they're folding to me when I do bet here, so that's going to help me a little bit later on, I think. This guy's pretty tight. Bet, somebody, bet. First to bet wins. There you go. It's a lot of K. When you see a lot of checking and limping, you know it's first to bet wins. So why not be first? Thank you. Free chips. I'm going to buy GWA a little time to think if he wants to really come back. Nope. No interest. I'll tell you what, the person he's got the chips, but he's playing the smart way. He's using his chips wisely, whether he has the hand or not. This is a good demonstration of somebody that's taking care of business. This is a tough one for me if he pushes. This time I'll ring this guy up if he goes. No, I'm not going to let him do that. He snap called me. He folded and got out of the way. I think 100 will get him out or get him all in. Thank you. I didn't want to put it so much that I committed him to go all in, but I wanted to put it enough that it would impact his stack. If I did something smaller, it wouldn't do that. I love this hand. I don't like my position. I'm going to let the 325 take him on, but he doesn't. Later on, that's a hand I play all the time, but not right this second. I can't. I don't need to jeopardize my standing when this guy's on life support. He's played me heads up before, and he's respecting me too much. Or maybe I earned that. Oh, he's quick to call. This is a tough flop for me. See, this is a tough flop. I had a feeling that he might just push on that flop. It looked like something on that flop could hit him, and didn't hit me. So I filled him up with a little extra butane. That boy. It's like 5 times he's done that. That's close to $200 he's let me have back. Now we're getting up into a little bit more testy waters, a little bit more. I'm just going to call, see what he does here. All right. I'm going to check raise him. Ah! He didn't bite. Now he's got possibility of something. He hit the 7. He hit the 7. I gave him the opportunity. I could have bet that 6, and I didn't. I wanted him to bet, and I was going to check raise him. So I got a little bit outside myself there. I tried something fancy. Sometimes fancy does. I have to remember at the lower limits, this is $10, but fancy doesn't work sometimes because they don't understand fancy. They don't understand. I'm going to call this one. I'm going to take a chance here. Still going to take a chance, 165. Ooh, called my bluff. All right, folks. Now we're both in jeopardy. Who can play better? Who can dig out of the ditch better? Let me get in here. When he doesn't come over the top like that, now the $90 affects him. He hit the king. He probably has a king rag there. I should have probably raised pre-flop there. All right. I'm going to have to hit my aggression button for sure right now. $60. Okay, let's do the 60 and then let's just push if we hit and we don't hit it. That's a terrible flop. Doesn't have to. Bet a nickel, I fold. Nickel. There you go. All right. Now it's all in or nothing from now on in. Got $300. We can double up real quick. Just not this hand. This next hand is the hand I want. I'm on the button. First to bet. Let's see what happens. Old equity, folks. I had just enough to convince him not to come in with a crappy hand. Can't call a raise. He knows that. Most hands I get here, I can't call a raise. He's raising a little light. He should be about 130, 135, not 120. He's giving me a chance to see a flop, and he shouldn't. Hopefully this guy picks up a hand. He's going to sit back and hope that I go out. Okay, folks. Against an ace, I'm a 2-1 underdog. Double me up. There we go. Okay, he's got live cards. I've got live cards. I've got overcards. He cannot win except a king. Thank you very much. Now I can call his min bet. He knows it too. Time for me to pick up a good hand. I'll call this. Could have been 2 5s just as well as 2 6s. That's a gimme. He wins. 7 high? No, deuce. 8 I had. Oh, they want to come, let them come. I need that $90 a couple more times. Not this time. Raised yours. Took a little time off the clock there just to let him think I was thinking about it for the next time he does it. Oof. Now, if he bets, I'm going to run the clock a little here. I want him to think about this. He may have already hit fold, but I'm giving him some extra time, hoping that he might. No, he's already had the button. Hoping he may make a mistake. Let your opponents work for you sometimes. Yep, he looked at my stack and said he might call. Maybe that ace-4 I wasn't playing earlier comes a monster now. This is a little reach, but I'm going to do it anyhow because I need to get some money. 10-Jack's like king-queen here. Let them come. No, I don't want to see a flop and let them catch something and me miss something. I'll take the money or I'll take the race. Buying him some time, hoping that it's 305. He sees 80 out here. Maybe he'll defend it. Nope. Thought about it for a second. He didn't have it on fold, that's for sure. I want them to think that I'm trying to steal. Shit. Excuse me. I could have played it differently, but I tried to get them to think I was weak. I'm going all the way here. Oh, back-to-back great hands, and all I got for it was blinds. Can't call. He's going to go all in. I'm not going to give him 40 bucks here. He can't afford the blinds to go around. He's got to play. Just don't play right now. Sucker. Go get him, Mantoya. There you go. Easy fold. 3-5 I had. Easy fold. Oh, he hits a 10. The king doesn't help. He cannot win. Doubled him up. I would have doubled him up too. Back at it, man. There you go. Come on, GW. Pick up an ace. That's the cover his stack. AC did. And AC goes out. Heads up. Here we go. That's what we wanted. You got to get in position to win, to be able to win. All right, I'll fold that one. So he's got me, what do I got here? 800. He's got me 4-1. Let's see what happens here. I got to take some chances. I got second. I'm going to call and see what happens. Did not hit anything. If I hit anything here, I would have pushed into him. I got to take the chances. I got to double up. I can't get down to where every hand I got nothing. Whew. Give me something so I can push it. Boy. Take my money. Oh, he didn't take my money. Good for him. Let's see what he does here. I will take the free card if he gives. I'll take the $80 here. Boy, an ace. I don't think he's got ace queen over there. An ace or 6 is right there. That's what I need. Ugh, not the good card. All right, folks. This is the big bluff. He didn't bet. I think he bet the 4, and I think he thought I hit the jack at the end or I slow played something. So I was able to take that from him. 80 bucks. Come on, let's go. 89, I'm all in. Here we go. Ahead of him. You see, hit a pair, heads up. Don't be afraid if it's not the top pair. You got to put your money in the pot. Take that bet. All right, I'll fold my 6-2. I'm down from 4-1 down to 2-1. He's got me 2-1 in chips. I'll call here. Really didn't want an ace to flop. I'm going to see what he does with an $80 bet into him. I'm going to bet $80 again, see what he does. I'm going to take a different line towards him and see if I can't just convince him otherwise. I'm not going to play the aggressive. I'll let him, and then I'm going to try to take it away from him. He's going to check. If he had the 4 here, I think he would check. I don't think he had the 4. Yes, I'm calling the 160. Just in case you guys are thinking outside the box and trying to beat me to what's Al going to do here. I'm going to see if I can flop a 9 or a 10, and then I'm going to push it on him. I only get so many opportunities to try to double back through. Do the same thing to him. I'm going to take a free card here. That's a good card for me. I don't want to push right here. I want him to pay me off. I'm taking a chance that he doesn't get there at the end. Okay, folks. He's got the 10. He's got the jack. But I got the lead. 2-1 my favor now. I was hoping that would be the case. Calling here with the 5-4. Hit the 5. I can't stand it there. Back to the 160. Don't think he has a 4 here. Hope he has a 10 jack and he would call me, but he didn't. 100, 150. Ooh. Danger. Will Robinson. Give me a flop here. Oof. Horrid. Horrid. Nope, you can have the 50. It also shows them you have some discretion and you are selective. If I could put the guy out or put them all in, you know, take a race with them, I'll do it. You know what I mean? with a hand like that, I don't care if I double up. I want to put him out. I get a couple of shots at trying to put him out. You can't keep losing $100 to me either in the blinds. You got a good hand. But yes, I could have played those hands completely different a minute ago. I didn't want to play him that way. I wanted him to think I was just bullying him. I didn't have a good hand. Yes, if he's got a, I'm going to double him up. If he's on the draw here, I'm going to double him up. Two pair. I need help. I didn't get there. I double him up. That's good play on his part. Gotta give credit. He hit the two pair. I'm not gonna play it any different if I didn't do that. I'm not going anywhere with the 10 on top, and the 10 never did. It always was on top. I'm gonna limp here and see if I can get him to make a mistake. Right on cue. Let's see. Oh, he hits the 4. How terrible is that for me? Oh, but how terrible is the righteousness of that? I should have won. I had the ace king. I trapped him exactly the way I wanted to demonstrate it to you. Now I've got the 4-1 chip lead. Nope. Some of you are saying, well, why don't you put the pressure on him each time because he might have a lousy hand? I don't want to give him $200 right now. I want to see if I can get a decent hand in the next couple of hands while he's under 1,000 and take 1 or 2 shots at knocking him out. That's a little better. Again, he might push. And if he hits the 4, the 7, the 8, he's going to push. I know that. That's what I would do. It's not a pushing hand there, but I'll take the freebie. 3-1 on. See what happens when I limp. Okay. Oh, perfect flop for me. Giving him rope. Giving him rope. Didn't matter how much rope I give him, he wasn't going to hang himself. No, I will not defend with the ace-4 here. Not for $1,000. More than likely, if he has an ace, he's got a better ace than I do. I'm going to see. If he's going to keep letting me limp, I'm going to do it. If he's got a better queen, he's got a better queen. Here it comes. He's got an 8 or a 3, he's down. And that, folks, is how you win a 4-player $10 sit and go. Congratulations, you won the $10. Thank you very much. Get it down to heads up. Even if you're 4-1 down on chips, you can get yourself back in if you play smart. I hope you watch the rest of my videos. At YouTube, it's Al Spath, and follow me at Twitch, Teach GPL, and Ace High Radio. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too.